you to take a deep breath in and then exhale, let the breath go. Part the lips, let the belly sink. A few more breaths like this. Deep inhale, expand the lungs. And then exhale, release, let the breath go. Another one, deep breath in, really feel the ribs expand. And exhale, part the lips, let the breath go. Now continue breathing with your breath. Just nice and easy breaths, inviting the prana in, that energy, that life force in. And then softly releasing, exhaling the breath out. And as you lie here, just notice how your body feels and where your mind's at. And try to take any thoughts, anything that's unnecessary or negative out of the mind. And without judgment, just guide yourself into the breath. That helps you to stay a little bit more connected with your breath. You can place your right or left hand on your lower belly, or both. Just continue breathing. Drawing your attention inwards. Just notice how the breath collects at the back of your throat. Notice the sound. Notice the softness. Let go of the thoughts. Just noticing the breath. And letting the breath travel through your whole body. Nice long inhales. And nice long exhales. And continue breathing. And then at this moment, taking a special few more breaths, calling any intention, dedication, anything into your practice, prayer. Today's class will be focusing on releasing fear and inviting joy and positivity. Start to travel the arms above your head and stretch the body nice and long. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, point the toes, stretch the arms. And then place hands on opposite elbows above your head. Keep your hips where they are, and then move your arms towards the left, making a curve in the upper spine, and then place your feet at the left corner of your mat. So you're in this banana shape. And you can move your arms a little closer to the left corner, and then anchor in your right hip. Try to wrap your right hip towards the earth. And if you want a little deeper stretch, you can place your right ankle on top of your left. And then relax your shoulders towards your mat. And breathe into the whole right side of the body. And then bring yourself back to center, going to the left, keeping your hips where they are. Going to the right, keep your arms where they are, and then go to the right corner of your mat. Walk your feet to the right corner and take your left ankle on top of your right. And then anchor your hips towards the mat. Breathe into the whole left side body. And then bring yourself back to center. Walk your feet in hip-width distance, and then bring your arms next to your sides. Tilt your pelvis so the small of your back is flat to the earth. Take an inhale on your mat. And then on your exhale, slowly lift your hips into bridge pose. Nice and slow, lifting the hips. And drawing your knees away from your body. Shoulders drawing towards the mat. Thighs are active, and press into the ball mounds of your feet. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, nice and slow, lower each vertebrae back down to the earth. Take an inhale on your mat, and then exhale, roll the hips up. Second set, lift them all the way up, press into your feet. Maybe this time you bring your hands underneath you and then clasp them together. And unclench your buttocks, just let it relax and engage your inner thighs. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, slowly roll the body all the way down to the earth. Take an inhale on your mat, and then take an exhale. We'll do 2 more sets. This time, bring your arms over your head on an inhale as you lift your hips. So inhale, bring the arms all the way up, hips lift, and then exhale, lower the hips nice and slow. Bring your arms next to your sides at the same time. 1 more of those. Inhale, nice and slow, tilt your pelvis, engage your core, and lift your hips. Inhale, and then exhale, nice and slow, lower your hips all the way down. Hands next to your sides. Take 2 breaths here. And then bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Maybe massage the lower back, going right to left. And then float your heels to the sky. Relax the toes, legs up the wall pose. Just bring your arms next to your sides. Let the feet, let the toes just be soft. And then bend your knees, 90-degree angle. Open the arms into a T, and then bring both legs over to the right. So a small little twist here. Take an inhale. And then exhale, lift both legs back to center. Other side. Bring the knees to the left. Lower all the way down. Relax the shoulders to your mat. Take an inhale. And then exhale, lift, bringing both legs back to center. 1 more round. Bring them to the right. Use your core, nice and slow, lowering them back to the earth. And then lift, back to center, and then take both knees to the left side. Draw the shoulders down, and then lift, bring yourself back to center. Give yourself 1 more hug. Massage the lower back, going back and forth. And then bring your hands underneath your thighs. Do 2 to 3 rocks. So massage hitting the whole spine, warming the back up. And then we'll meet in tabletop pose. So taking your legs behind you, your hands forward, knees hip width distance, hands shoulder width distance. And then just start to move the hips from right to left. Do anything that feels good in your body here. You can shift forward or do little circles with your hips in one direction and then the other. We'll do 3 more cycles of breath, kind of doing whatever you'd like here. If it feels good to get into the shoulders, maybe bring your fingertips towards your knees, rock back and forth. Or getting the hands in different places to move the wrists in different directions. And then bring yourself to stillness in your tabletop. Inhale, lower the belly. Let the belly be heavy. And then take your shoulders back. Crown is looking forward. Heart is shooting forward. And then lift your tailbone. So nice arch in your back for cow spine. On your exhale, cat, draw it all the way in. So the ribs are corseting and the ribs are drawing towards the belly button. Spread the top of your shoulder blades and then press the tops of your feet into the earth. Chin is towards your heart. And then again, inhale, lower the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, press. 3 more rounds. Go at your own pace. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the heart. And then exhale, press. Inhale. And exhale. Really push the mat away from you. Tuck your tailbone in. And last one. Inhale, roll it forward. Exhale, press. Spread the top of your shoulder blades and relax. Move the hips from right to left. And let's get into our first downward dog. Flip the toes and then gently lift your hips to the sky. Generous bend in your knees. And then do any kind of rituals here. Walking it out, lifting the heels, playing with your stance. There's no wrong way. Whatever feels good here, do it. So your hands can be wider than shoulder width distance. Your feet can be wider than hip distance if that feels good. Or you can bring your big toes together. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. We'll inhale, lift the heels. And then exhale, lower the heels. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower. Nice. Inhale, let's bring yourself to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more of those. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one. Inhale to plank. Push the mat away from you. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take 2 cycles of breath here. If you feel like you want to walk it out again or do any movements, please honor that. And then inhale, lift the heels and then tiptoe your feet to your hands, forward folds. Feet are hip width distance and then let your head release. Soft bend in your knees. And feel the legs open. Feel the neck release. And then slowly roll the body, roll the spine all the way to standing pose, Tadasana, roll the shoulders back. Let's actually roll the shoulders back a couple times, going backwards. And then forwards. And then inhale, bring the arms all the way above the head. Exhale, hands into heart, center. Inhale, bring the arms above. Exhale, swan dive. So part the sky and then bring the chest all the way to the ground. Inhale, half lift. Crown is reaching forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Cleansing breath in to the top. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, cleansing breath in. Lift the body all the way up. Arms go up. Exhale, fold. Hands to heart center all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And let your body hang. This time grab opposite elbows as you did in the beginning of class. Soft bend in your knees. Let your head and neck relax, release. And this time maybe you sway from right to left in your ragdoll pose. Gently release, drop the hands, and then walk your feet back to a plank pose. Tuck your tailbone in, crown is reaching forward, and draw your shoulders back. Active plank here, and holding for 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees down to your mat, hug your elbows in, and then lower your chest all the way down to the earth. Forehead goes down. Bring your hands next to your side ribs. Squeeze the shoulder blades, and then bring your elbow tips towards your hips. Inhale, lightness in the fingertips, press the tops of your feet in the earth. Cobra pose, gaze forward. Exhale, lower the forehead down. 2 more times, inhale, lift, cobra, maybe lift a little bit higher, really engage the belly, and then exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, lift, press the tops of your feet, activate your whole legs, and lift a little higher, maybe you lift to upward facing dog, and then exhale, bring it all the way back down. Inhale, flip the toes, press yourself back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Inhale, lift the right leg, 3-legged dog, big toes turned in, squaring the hips. And then open stack your hip, right heel to hip, then open like a fire hydrant. Wrap your right shoulder towards the earth. Inhale, back to 3-legged. Exhale, bring knee to nose and hold. Inhale, 3-legged. And then exhale, bring it all the way through for a high lunge. Keep your hands to the ground. Left hand goes down and then right hand twists. Open the right shoulder. Nice. Keep it nice into the midline. And then bring the right hand down, straighten the right leg, hips go to the sky. Modified pyramid. Inhale, bring it back to your lunge, left hand down, twist, open the right arm. And then exhale, right hand goes down, straighten the right leg, hips go to the sky. Last one, back to our runner's lunge, left hand down, twist, open. This time right hand goes towards the back into a circle, and then bring it all the way back to the sky, and then bring your right hand down, straighten the right leg, hips go to the sky, and then float your left foot to meet the right. So bring it all the way to the top, forward fold, inhale, rise, bring it all the way to the top, and then exhale, chair pose, big toes together, sink your hips, engage your belly, and then draw your shoulder blades down your back. Gaze is down, breathe. And then inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, hands forward, feet go back, plank. Hold your plank here for 3, 2, 1, and then lower. You can modify, bring yourself to your knees, or stay in plank. Lower yourself all the way down to the earth. Hands go next to your side ribs, tops of feet pressed into the earth. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale for cobra or upward facing dog, your choice. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, press up, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, inhale, left leg lifts. Three-legged dog first, and then open, stack your hip. Back to three-legged, and then bring knee to nose. Hold. Inhale, three-legged, and then left foot all the way through for that high lunge. Hands stay on the ground, right hand plants, and then left hand lifts for a twist. Open the collarbone. Exhale, take the left hand down, straighten the left leg, hips go to the sky. Inhale, lunge, right hand down, twist. Open the collarbone, navel drawn in. Exhale, hand goes to the mat, straighten the left leg, modified pyramid. Last one, back to your lunge twist, right hand down. Left hand lifts, open the collarbone, open the chest, and then take your left hand behind you for that nice circle, just getting a nice little rotation here. Back to the sky, and then place the left hand down, straighten the left leg, modified pyramid, and then float your right foot to meet. Left, inhale, cleansing breath in all the way to the top. This time, exhale, open the chest, goalpost to arms, hips go forward, mini back bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive. Draw the heart all the way down to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, hands forward, feet go back, plank. Hold your plank for 3, 2, 1, and then lower halfway, chaturanga, gaze forward. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the mat away from you. Exhale, draw the navel in, downward facing dog. Take 3 cycles of breath here. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Draw the skin of your back down so the shoulder blades are down. And then inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, all the way through, high lunge. So right foot plants. This time, lift yourself all the way up. High lunge, crescent pose. And if you want to tilt your pelvis and lift it towards the skies, arms are stacked over your hips. Soft bend in the back, left knee. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, open the chest. Take an inhale here. Exhale, we're going to push away from our bodies towards the front. And then inhale back into our goalpost arms. Exhale, push forward. Inhale, bring the good energy in. Exhale, release the fear. 2 more. Inhale, invite the good energy in. Exhale, fear, let it go. Last one, inhale. Positive, good energy. Exhale, release the darkness, any fear. Bring yourself back to crescent, and then open warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, triangle pose. Straighten the right leg, tilt, bring the right hand to either the ankle or the floor, lift the left hand to the sky. Inhale, reverse, bend the right knee, back to your reverse warrior 2. And then exhale, spiral it all the way down. Your choice to do a vinyasa flow, or we can meet in downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Push the mat away from you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it all the way through for crescent. Press into the left foot, rise. Find your stance first. Shoulders are stacked over your hips, navel drawn in. And then goalpost to arms, lift the chest. Inhale here, exhale, push. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring it back. And then exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale, draw it back, open the heart, mini back bend. Exhale, push. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, push. And hold. And then inhale, lift, crescent pose. Exhale, downward. Warrior 2. Gaze over your left hand. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, triangle pose. Straighten the left leg. Left hand goes to your ankle or the floor, or a block, right hand goes to the sky. And push your hips to the back. Inhale, reverse, bend the left knee. Lift the left hand all the way up and over. And then exhale, flow. You can always meet in downward dog and skip this part. So optional flow. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. 3 breaths here. Take your time to collect your breath. Nice. And then take your right foot behind your left. So we're just crossing the legs. And then you can bend the left leg, press into the right heel. Feel a nice calf stretch in the right leg. And then bring your right foot back. Other side. Left foot goes behind the right. Going on the outside of your mat a little bit. Bend the right knee. Press into the left heel. And take yourself back to center. One more inhale here. And then exhale, let's bring our knees down to the mat. Puppy pose, walk our hands forward. Lower the chest, hips are stacked over your knees, melt the heart down. You want to get a little bit deeper, a little bit more of a chest expansion. You can perch your hands into these little tents and then lower your heart down. And then inhale, lift the chest, navel drawn in, walk the hands back towards your body. Adjust your hips a little bit here, going right to left. And then take the right heel back, lengthen the right heel, left arm goes forward. Press the mat away from you. Nice inhale here. And then on your exhale, tiger pose. So bend your right heel towards your right hip. And then take your left hand to the inside of your right foot. Inhale, lift the chest. Press your hand into your foot. Press your foot into your hand. Press the right hand down. So pushing the mat away from you. Lift, lift, lift. And then exhale, release. Bring yourself back into that balancing tabletop. Exhale, place the left hand on the mat. Right foot on the outside of your mat, and then sink your hips towards your heels. Walk your hands forward. And then inhale, let's lift, bring yourself all the way back. Bring your right knee to meet your left. Do a couple hip dips. So the right hip dips to the left. And then other side, left leg extends, right hand shoots forward. Press the mat away from you, draw your navel in so you're in one line, nice and long. Keep your neck in alignment with your spine. Take an inhale here, exhale, tiger pose, left heel to hip. Wrap your right hand to the inside of your left foot. And then press the foot into your hand into your foot. Push the mat away from you. Lift the heart, lift the chest. Roll your right shoulder back, tiger pose. Thighs are engaged. Activate your right thigh. Activate your right glute. And then exhale, release. Bring yourself back to the balancing tabletop. And then right hand down. Left foot goes to the left side. Send your hips back. If you can't send your hips back, you can always do a puppy pose here to melt the chest. So 2 options. I like this one. I think you get into the inner thigh a little bit nicer with this pose, and then rest your forehead down to your mat. And then inhale, let's bring ourselves back to our tabletop. Do anything here that feels good, maybe a couple cat and cows. And then flip the toes, and then slowly lift your hips to the sky. When you're ready, downward facing dog. And then inhale, lift the heels, and then just gently tiptoe your toes all the way to your wrists in our forward fold. Let the head release, and then let the neck release. Inhale, slowly roll the body all the way to standing pose. And then this time, roll the shoulders forward. And then bring the arms all the way to the top. Interlace the hands, bring your big toes together, and then flip your hands and palms so they face the sky, and then press all the way up. Lift the shoulders to the ears, and then exhale. Keep the hands where they are, sink into your chair pose. Draw the navel in, sink a little bit deeper. And breathe for 3, 2, and then 1. Lift all the way back up. Exhale, hands into heart center. We'll get into our balancing poses here. So tree pose will start. So plant your right foot down, and then either you can kickstand your left foot into the right heel, or you can place your left foot on your right calf, or ultimately right foot into the inner right thigh. And then engage your right quad. So as you dig your left heel into the right thigh, activate your right thigh, open the hips, and then tuck your tailbone towards the earth. And then lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. Bring your hands to heart center. That's an option. You can bring your hands above your head. You can open them up to a T. So plenty of options here, wherever you're at. And concentrate on something that's not moving, your drishti. So turning inwards, breathing. Connect with your breath. Connect to the earth. And holding this for 3, 2, and then 1. Slowly come out just as you came in. And then just start to walk it out. Other side. Left foot plants. And then right foot kickstands. So that's option 1. Option 2, into the calf. Never on the knee, or heel into the inner left thigh. And then I like to always place my foot exactly where I want it. And then when I feel my right foot flex, then I start to flex my left thigh. And then I open the hip a little bit more, tuck my tailbone in, and then I feel nice and firm in my midline. Bring the hands to heart center, if that feels good to you. Or you can start to move the hands above the head, or do some creative hand movement, wave your tree, whatever. If you want an even a deeper challenge, you can always try closing your eyes. And it's okay if you fall out of it, we can always get back in. Do this for 1 more breath. And then just coming out of it just as you came in, nice and slow. Walk it out. Shake it out. Nice job, everyone. Let's turn to the top of our mats. Again, doing a little bit more balance here. We'll inhale the right leg in a 90-degree angle. And then on our exhale, warrior three. So take our right leg all the way back and then open the arms behind you, airplane the arms. Big toes turned in. So airplane arms. Now Shiva squat. So place our hands in a heart center. Bring the right knee behind you. Bend the left knee. Hover the right foot to the ground. And then press all the way back into warrior three or this airplane warrior three. All right, one more time. Shiva squat. Place the right knee behind the left. Squat. And then press into the left foot. And then back into warrior three. One more breath. Exhale. Standing splits. Hands go down. Right leg goes all the way up. Nice and strong. Gaze is down. And then take your right foot behind your left. So getting in this cross fold. This is always a nice stretch. And I always like to lean kind of back into my heels with this one. Let your head release, let your neck release. Awesome. Hands go forward, bring your right foot to meet left, and then open your legs a little wider than your mat. Heels and toes are out. So setting up for Malasana pose, you can place the block underneath your hips, or you can stay lifted in this squat, or you can bring yourself all the way down. Tailbone draws towards the earth, elbows into the inner knee creases, hands to heart center. And then lift the chest, roll your shoulders down your back. And this is a beautiful moment here to do any reflection or close the eyes. Remember, we're releasing fear, inviting positivity, inviting a white light into our practice. And then gently release, bring your hands down to the earth, lift your heels, lift your hips into a fold. And then just widen your feet a little bit wider than your mat into wide-legged forward fold. Bring your head, lower it towards the earth. Hands can stay forward, or you can walk your hands behind you. Shift your hips directly over your ankles. Feel the nice release in the back of the legs here, the hips. And then walk the hands forward. Walk your feet back to center. And then roll the body all the way up, standing pose. Bring the hands into heart center. And then warrior three on the other side. So bring your left leg up. Hands can be in heart center. Take your left heel all the way back. So your hips, we want those hip points shooting down towards the earth. And then energy from your left heel, shoot it back. Inner left thighs engaged. And then activate your right leg. Keep it nice and strong. Press into the right foot. And then hands can airplane behind you or shoot forward. And then we'll go into Shiva squat. Once we get into Shiva squat, place your hands in a heart center. And then bend your right knee. Take your left leg behind the right. And then press back up. Warrior three. Airplane the arms, and then second set, Shiva squat again. Bend the right knee, hover the left foot, and then press all the way back up. Warrior three, nice and strong. And then hands go down, standing splits. And try to draw the crown of your head towards the earth, chest towards your right shin, and then lift the inner left thigh towards the sky. One more inhale here. Exhale, take your left foot behind the right, crossing the legs, and then letting it feel good, maybe sinking into this pose by leaning back a little bit. So press into your fingertips, shoot your heels behind you, or your hips behind your heels. Let the head release. And then bring your left foot to meet right, walk it out. Second set of Malasana, open your feet wide, heels in, toes out, and then send your hips all the way down. Maybe this one you do a little bit differently. Maybe you move from right to left if that feels good. Maybe you do a stretch by bringing your right arm out, taking your left arm over. So feel options here. That feels good. You can also do an arm balance here if you want to just lift into almost, or what is this, a frog arm balance or crow pose. You're welcome to do that. We'll have a few more seconds left in this pose. And then bring your hands forward, lift your hips to the sky, and then forward fold here. And walk your feet back in, roll the body all the way up. Tadasana, open the arms to the sky, and then mini back bend, lift the heart, hips forward, inhale, all the way up, exhale, peel the sky and shoot your heart down to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and then exhale your flow. Plank, lower halfway, inhale, upward facing dog, and then exhale, downward facing dog. And then inhale, lift the right leg up. On your exhale, bring your right knee to right elbow and hold. Inhale, lift it all the way up. And then exhale, plant your right foot on the outside of your right hand. So a little bit wider than your mat in this lizard pose. And then let's rock it forward and rock it back. And then we lower the left knee down. You can stay lifted with straight arms here. Try to keep your right knee above your right ankle in a 90-degree angle, or it can be at an angle, just don't have your knee over towards your toes. So you want to stay in this nice angle pose or 90 degrees. And then you can lower down to your forearms, another option here, or blocks. And then you can also press into the right leg, roll over the knife edge of your right pinky, get into the stretch a little bit more. And then if you want a quad stretch, you can grab the left foot and get into this pose. We'll take 2 cycles of breath here. And then gently release the left leg. And then bring yourself to your forearms. Take your right foot back. And then forearm plank here. And then holding your forearm plank for 3, 2, 1. And then dolphin pose. Walk your feet in. And then dolphin pose. So hands are pressing down. Forearms are pressing into your mat, dolphin pose here. And breathe. And then walk it back to forearm plank. And then shifting your weight to the left forearm, side plank, left forearm down, right arm goes up. You can always modify by placing a knee down. And then you can press your hand up. That's another option. And then switching sides, right forearm down. Shift your heels to the right, left hand goes all the way up. Keep your hips lifted. And then bring your left forearm down, forearm plank, and hold. And then lower your hips all the way down. Lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. Tops of your feet are pressing into the earth. Activate your thighs. And then bring your right ear to right shoulder. So in our Sphinx pose here, getting into the neck, right ear to right shoulder, and then draw your chin to chest, and then left ear to left shoulder. And then one more round, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, and then chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. And then bring your chin down. Nice. And then bring your arms forward. Right hand down, left hand on top, forehead on top of your hands. And then bend your heels to your hips and then just do a little windshield wiper. Bring your heels to the right, bring your heels to the left. And then release both legs down to the earth. Lift the head. And then bring your hands, interlace them behind your back. Squeeze your palms together. And then forehead down. On an inhale, lift the chest only, half locust pose. Squeeze your shoulder blades, heart draws forward, gazes forward. We want your neck nice and long. We don't want it cranked. Neck is in line with your spine. Activate your legs for 3, 2, and then 1. Lower your forehead all the way down. Relax the shoulders. Second set, full locust. So using your legs and your chest at the same time. Press your hands together, squeeze your shoulder blades. Inhale, lift the chest, and then lift the inner thighs. Inhale, press all the way up, and hold, and breathe. Neck is nice and long for 3, 2, and then 1. Nice and slow, lower all the way down. Bring your hands next to your side ribs. Bend your heels to your hips. Just do a couple windshield wipers again. And then flip the toes, press yourself to plank, and then downward facing dog. Walk it out. And then inhale, left leg lifts, 3-legged. Exhale, bring knee to left elbow and hold. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, bring the left foot on the outside of your left pinky. So wider stance. Keep your right leg lifted in our lizard pose. We'll do a couple of rocks back and forth. This feels good. And then you can stay here. You can modify the pose. You can lower the right knee down and stay lifted with straight arms. Or option 2, bring yourself to your forearms. Option 3, left hand to the inner left thigh to open the thigh a little bit more. And then option 4, bend the right leg, the right heel towards the left hand. And then grab the foot for a nice quad stretch. And then deepen the breath. And then gently release out of the pose. And then press your hands so they're straight. Lift your right leg all the way up. And then take your left foot back. Plank, and then downward facing dog. Walk it out. Lift the heels, lower the heels. And then setting up for pigeon. Inhale, right leg lifts. And then exhale, bring the right knee through, and then right knee points towards the right wrist. Square your hips all the way down, and then scoot your left foot back. So keeping your hips nice and square to the earth. You can stay lifted here in your pigeon, or you can lower to your forearms. Or sleeping pigeon, you can walk your hands forward, lower your forehead all the way down. Another option that I like to do here is I like to take my hand, my left hand, or my right hand, and then grab my left toes. And then I like to lower my forehead down to the earth. You'll feel even deeper stretch in your right glute and your right hip. And then inhale, lift the chest, press yourself all the way up, lift your left leg, and then bring your right leg all the way to the sky, and then open your head. Just a nice release from that pose, and then lower your right foot down to the earth. Left side, inhale, lift the left leg, and then exhale, press into the mat, arch your back, and then bring your left knee to left wrist, square your hips first, and then scoot your right foot back. You can stay lifted. Again, options to stay lifted or come down to your forearms. Or if you'd like to do the binds, left hand wraps behind your back, and then you can try to grab your left toes. So it's a nice option. And then if you lower your forehead down, then you really feel a nice stretch in the left hip. And then try to relax into the pose. With every exhale, try to release. Release anything negative, release fear, release darkness. Let it recycle in the earth. And then slowly coming out of it, staying on the floor, just walk your hands forward, and then roll on your left hip. And then we're going to get into our wide-legged forward fold. So open the right leg, and then open the left leg. Opening here, and then you can keep your knees lifted to the sky, and then start to walk your hands forward, maybe bringing them to your forearms, or you can walk your chest all the way down. So wherever you're at here, try to keep your toes pointing to the sky and your knees facing the sky. Gazes down, let your neck release. And then start to walk your hands towards your right foot. Try to keep the left hip anchored as you move. And then bring maybe your chest towards your knees if that feels good. Or you can rest your hand on the outside of your right leg or on top of your shin. And then bring your left hand all the way over. Another option. And then circling to the left, bring your left hand all the way forward, making this nice circle, and then to the other side. Bring your left chest towards your left shin. Left hand goes on the outer part of your left leg or on your shin, and then the right hand can go all the way up and over, so you get that nice stretch in the whole right side body. And then the right hip wants to lift, so try to anchor it. Try to bring it towards your mat. And take your shoulders away from your ears. Relax into the pose. let's lift it all the way back up. I scoot your legs in for Paschimottanasana, and then big toes together, forward fold, inhale, lift, and then exhale, fold. Bring your hands onto the tops of your toes, chin to chest. And then inhale, let's walk our hands towards our body. And then plant the soles of your feet on your mat. Fingertips towards your hips. Reverse tabletop. So we're just going to open the hips, release the pose, release the chest, open the collarbone. Let it feel good here. For 3, 2, and then 1. And then gently, let's take our hips all the way back down. And then plant the soles of your feet together, butterfly pose. Hands go on your ankles, elbows go in the creases of your inner knees. Lift the crown forward and then fold into the pose. And then lift the chest, plant the feet. Lift the heart, and then gently and slowly lower all the way down to your mat. Bring your knees into your chest. This time, place your hands on your kneecaps and do little circles to the right. And then circles to the left. And then keep the right knee hugged in and lengthen the left leg all the way down. Just hug the right knee in. If you feel like supine twist, you can bring the right leg crossing the left. And then open the right hand from right shoulder. Relax the shoulders down your back for a nice twist. And then inhale, bring the right knee back towards your body, into your chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, left leg in. And then if you feel like crossing it over, cross over the right leg. Open the left arm from left shoulder. Supine twist. And then inhale, bring the left knee back into your chest. And on your exhale, release the left leg all the way down to your mat. So setting up for your Shavasana, lengthen your legs all the way down to your mat. Maybe lift the chest and bring your shoulder blades together. Hands can be resting next to your sides with either open palms, or I can face the earth, whatever you're feeling. And then take a deep breath in, and then let it go. Let the breath go. Release all the thoughts. Just take this time to really marinate into this feeling. This feeling of release, of letting go. Not allowing fear to take over us. We always have the option to move our bodies and move energy and recalibrate. So if you're finding yourself in any kind of emotional mood that is dark, always remember that you can come to your practice, even just for 5 minutes, short movement, or a small meditation, and just recirculate your energy.
feels good to stretch the body out. You can stretch the body out. And then make your way into a fetal position on the right or left side body. And when you're lying here, just take a moment to have a special prayer to our Mother Earth and gratitude for what she offers us. And then start to press yourself to a seated pose. Try to keep your eyes closed. And bring your hands into heart center, into Anjali Mudra. And together we'll take a deep inhale. Hold the breath at the top. Pause. And then exhale, release the breath, and then relax the shoulders, empty out the stomach, let it go. And one more inhale, just like that, deep inhale. And then hold the breath at the top and pause. And then exhale, release, relax the shoulders, let it all go. Thank you for coming tonight and taking this time to honor your practice and let me guide you. I appreciate that. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, guys.